You're welcome to DBA TV, where we discuss everything international trade. In this series, you are going to be learning about what each of the Nigerian states have to offer as far as export is concerned. I have maintained that Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars and that they can be self-sufficient, but because the number of governors comes in with not the intention of generating income, but with the intention of sharing the money. But in this particular episode, we have put together a series of videos for all the Nigerian states from Abia to Zamfara, and this to enable the new governors that are coming in, or the new administration in different states of the country, to be able to take a cue from what we've shared in this video, which, by the way, covers the peculiarity of each state apart from the preamble. It talks about the profile of the profit, of the debt and income of the state. It talks about the potential of the state. It talks about the purchaser of the product the state have to offer, and of course, the exportable product, and also the proposal we have for the state, and how the state can directly profit from exporting raw materials, manufactured goods, solid minerals, and agri commodity. I believe this will be of interest to you, and maybe to your governor or to commissioner, whoever it is in your state. Thank you very much for joining. Enjoy yourself as you learn through what maybe your state is what we are looking at today, what Nigerian states have to offer. Happy listening. Thank you very much. We look at 7 items. The first item is a preamble, which is like a reminder of what we think we should be doing as far as export is concerned in Nigeria. Then the peculiarity of Adamawa. Then the profile, debt profile, and the income profile of Adamawa. Then the potential export opportunity in Adamawa, that in terms of product. Then the purchasers of those products that Adamawa is capable of producing. And then lastly, we talk about the profit. So we talk about the proposal to the state government and the profit. And remember, the idea behind the proposal to the state government is to help those that will be attending this program, and of course video is available online, to be able to ask critical and important questions for those that want to lead the state as we go into the general election. So we'll start with the preamble. This is the logo of the state government of Adamawa. And you can see the map of Adamawa local government, Adamawa state, and the different local government in the state. We'll be looking at each of these very soon. So preamble. Why must Adamawa state consider export? And by Adamawa state, I mean Adamawa state government. Adamawa state government. Why should it consider export? To avoid over-dependence on federal allocation. To be able to boost the GDP of the state. To be able to create employment. For SME to be able to grow. To decrease dependence. And I mean serious dependence on domestic market. That's one of the benefits of export. It allows you to depend less on the domestic market because you also look to the export market. To earn export proceeds and grow the revenue of the state. To earn export proceeds and grow the revenue of the state. It actually also makes farming and rural life become more lucrative in the state. As a matter of fact, it can help the state to gain more recognition because of the contribution of the state to the economic activity in terms of export volume from Nigeria. Gain global market recognition, then home of creativity and innovation.
home of creativity and innovation. The state can become home of creativity and innovation by virtue of supporting and doing a lot in export. It can be an industrialization tool for the state. As a matter of fact, it can help the state to create jobs. Also, it helps the state to know its competitive advantage. It helps the state to know its competitive advantage. Also, the state can lead the way for others to follow by virtue of the volume of export it does. Also, it makes the state to be independent of federal government or federal allocation. The state then have access to numerous incentive that the government have to offer. Numerous incentive. Opportunity to maximize the indigenous of the state abroad. There's so much opportunity with your national or people of your state residing abroad. They can become a very important tool to grow export of the state. It helps the state also to eradicate poverty, to quit the league of state depending on wasting asset like oil. It can help to revive the economy of the state, slow down rural urban migration. There are tax-free opportunity for the state, exporters in the state actually, and utilization of idle capacity of the state of the companies in the state. It also helps to boost the viability of the state, wealth creation for the citizens of the state, help to extract potential of product found in the state, and lastly, yearn for more improvement because of competition, and they can zero in on area of strength in the state. So what do you see in Adamawa? What do you see in Adamawa today? What we see in Adamawa depends on what we get from this state. You know, when I look at Nigerian state, you see state with huge opportunity. You see state with huge opportunity. But very unfortunately, those opportunities are not being maximized. And of course, the reason is obvious. Bad managers and bad leadership in the state. Many people see unemployment. Some people see poverty. Some people see frustration. Some see only the negative part. But you can choose to see opportunities in farming, opportunities in mining, and opportunities in the population of Adamawa State. Peculiarities. What are the things peculiar about Adamawa State? Adamawa State was created in 1991 by the IBB regime. It has 4 administrative divisions, namely Adamawa, Ganye, Mubi, and Numan. The state share another boundary with Borno State, Gombe State, and southwest, in the southwest to Taraba, and east with Cameroon Republic. The state derived its name from Madibo Adama, a Fulani leader who led 19th century jihad in Upper Benue region. Modibo Adama, the son of Ado Hassan, was born at Wuro Keke in Borno State in 1770. During the Islamic Jihad movement led by Sheikh Usman Dan Fodio in 1973 and 19th century, Modibo Adama was recognized as learned Muslim who would lead the crusade to Upper Benue area. Adamawa State is located in northeast geographical zone of Nigeria. It has created in August 27, 1991. Made up of defunct Adamawa and Sadana province. It is bordered by the state of Borno in the northwest. Like I said earlier, Cameroon in the eastern border. Topographically, it is mountainous land crossed by large river valley of Benue, Gongola, Yeserama. The valley of Mount Cameroon, Mandara Mountain, and Adamawa Plateau form part of the landscape. The state is nicknamed Land of Beauty. Now, when you look at the area some of the northern states occupy, it's amazing. And these are advantages they can leverage on to grow and export. But of course, like I said earlier, when you do not have a good leader with vision, it becomes difficult to be able to even see the opportunity in the state. Look at this. This state has 21 local governments. Population, 4.5 million people. Total land mass, 38,700 square kilometers. 38,700 square kilometers. It contains vegetation like Sudan and Guinea savanna. Major crop: cotton, maize, millet, rice, groundnut, yam, cassava, guinea corn. These are all exportable products. How about solid minerals? Iron, lead, zinc, limestone, ginseng, granite, tantalite, feldspar, iron, mica, diatomite, pentomine, kaolin, gold dust, tin, columbine, all in one state. And someone will tell me that northern states are not viable. Of course, they won't be viable if the manager does not know exactly what to do with all these minerals. Opportunities for investment exist: agribusiness, healthcare, tourism, energy, mining. Let's look at the state a little bit further. The state has some competitive advantage. Long international border with Cameroon, opportunity for export. Major livestock industry hub due to large cattle and small ruminant market. High solar radiation with high quality coal deposit. Richly endowed with high quality and quantity of mineral, and also has tourist attraction. Tourist attraction. Tourist attraction. Now, this state, IGR, 9.2 billion naira in 2019 for the budget, 183 billion in 2020. What does that suggest to you? What does that suggest to you? The state depends on federal allocation and loan to survive. Federal allocation and loan. And the goal of this session actually is to be able to demonstrate how this state can be independent. How this state can be independent. Look at the workforce in the state. Unemployment rate, 54%. Underemployed, 26%. Total unemployed, almost 900 million people. Almost 900 million people. Now, so this state is richly blessed, yet with so much unemployment. Laying credence to what I've been saying, that look, these are the questions you should be asking. The election is coming. What are the questions you're asking your governor? One of the questions we are asking the people that are contesting. How do you have these enormous resources and it's not being maximized? Because you don't have the right manager at the right end of affairs. Look at the state. Majority are in the agricultural sector. 80%, out of which 94% are men, 50% youth, and 6% women.
Are you a retiree? Are you an employee looking forward to retirement? Are you an agri-processor, a farmer, and a manufacturer of different items in Nigeria? Do you desire to earn foreign exchange in euro, dollars, and pounds? Are you interested in expanding your market beyond the shore of Nigeria? Are you looking for how to start doing export business? Do you have an order and looking for how to go about exporting your product abroad? Then I have great news for you. 3T Impex Trade Academy, in conjunction with American Institute of Extended Studies, brings to you from export novice to export legend. This is an export mentoring program that helps you step by step until you achieve your goal of doing a successful and sustainable export business. To make more inquiries on this program and to register for this program, call or send a WhatsApp message to 0809 124 4449, 0809 124 4449, or send an email to tradeacademy@3timpex.com. From export novice to export legend, helping you to achieve your export dream.
Let's go to the profile of the state. The profile of the state. Look at the IGR of the state. Can you see it? In 2020, 8.3 billion in a whole year. This is disastrous. Federal allocation, 52.4. Now, it is so sad. This state cannot survive without federal allocation. But remember this state, do you see the number of minerals that this state have? Do you see the number of minerals? Do you see the level of agri that can be done in this state? Yet, this state, this same state is said to be non-viable. How do you explain that? How do you explain that? How do you explain that? That this state is not viable. How do you explain the fact that a state like this is said to be non-viable? It could only be as a result of bad managers. It could only be as a result of bad managers. With all the opportunity available in the state, see the debt profile. Domestic debt, 98 billion. Foreign debt, $109 million. $109 million. $109 million. Foreign debt. Very unfortunate. But that's the reality of this state. That's the reality of this state. Unfortunately. Someone said, leader with dreams, vision, experience should be elected. I agree with you 100%. 100%. 100%. Just imagine the debt profile of this state. This is the reason why it will be difficult for a number of states in Nigeria to grow. Because the debt keeps increasing, even though the state have what it takes to be independent. See the IGR, 8%. Sorry, 13%. Federal allocation, 86%. So, this is the reason why, this is why some people in the North will fight against restructuring. What did they do with the loan? Of course, it's stolen. Capital expenditure, 28%. Recurrent, 71%. Majority of that money was spent on recurrent expenditure. According to budget, Adamawa State can build a more dependable economy through efficient and effective exploitation of minerals, such as barite. Global export market for non-metallic metals and strategic minerals was put at about 544 million in 2020. National demand, about 300 million. And this state have so much of it. For the state to encourage private sector investment, it must ensure provision of stable energy. Another potential revenue stream can come from coal extraction. The state can also consider revenue that can come from production of poultry. However, it needs to do more and concentrate effort to fully deploy. What is the potential of this state? Agriculture is the mainstay, and having about 80% of the inhabitants of Adamawa State as their source of income. Decline soil fertility, climate change, low farm input, limited investment, and poor infrastructure continue to hamper agricultural productivity and development in this state. Major cash crop produced include groundnut, cotton. Groundnut is either sold in the market or exported to that state. Although exportation figures are not currently available at state level, major agricultural exports from the state include cotton, sesame seed, groundnut, maize, sorghum. Root and tuber, legumes, pulse. Beside the dominant Fulani, Adamawa also inhabited Mumuye, Higi, Kaspa, Magi, Hausa, and a number of other tribes. All these groups, except trader Hausa population, are primarily engaged in farming and fishing. Below are some of the minerals available in this state. Feldspar, all right. Feldspar, gypsum, magnesite, tantalite, topaz, zircon, mica, coal, gold dust, aquamarine, limestone, kaolin. 37 minerals in one state. Major cash crop: cotton, maize, millet, rice, groundnut, yam, cassava, even sugarcane. Now, this state is said to be non-viable because it depends mainly on federal allocation. All right, purchasers. Who are those that will buy this product? For example, this state produce cotton. Do you know the market size for cotton? $53 billion. Who are those buying? Asians, Europeans, even Africans, Americans, China, Bangladesh, Vietnam, and Turkey being major buyer of this product. Being major buyer of this product. Now, look at Africa. The market in Africa alone is 5.1 billion. So it's not just a product that can be exported to other parts of the world. Even in Africa, there is a huge opportunity. From Egypt to Morocco to Gambia to Kenya to Benin to even within Nigeria, because we import cotton into Nigeria. Can you imagine? Look at onion. Onion, oh, $7.1 billion. This is one of the products this state produce in large quantity. 7.18 billion. Asian being the largest importer, followed by European, followed by Americans. German, Vietnam, India, Japan, United States and Canada, United Kingdom and Netherlands are major importer of onion. Even market in Africa, $318 million. So you know what? Adamawa does not have any reason to depend on federal allocation. From onion, from cotton, the government can make a lot of money. And like I did last week, at the end of every session, I'm going to make a model. Just demonstrate a model. We try to do an analysis of the cost, how the state can do it, just on the surface, but provide enough information for citizens of Adamawa to ask their next governor the right questions. The next one, granite, $3.19 billion. Remember, $1 billion in Nigeria of today is 600 billion naira. $2 billion in Nigeria of today is 1.2 trillion naira. So, how much does this state need? The state can focus on a few products, and the state can export it and generate income for itself, and no dependence on federal allocation. Who are those importing granite? China, Indonesia, Netherlands, Vietnam, United Kingdom, German, Russia, Mexico, Canada, United Kingdom. How about in Africa? 171 million market. Algeria, South Africa, Tanzania, Kenya, Rwanda, Libya. Then sesame seed. Another product produced in Adamawa State with very good export potential. Sesame seed. $3.45 billion. Who are the major importers of sesame seed? Asians. From China to Japan to South Korea to Israel to Turkey to India to Saudi Arabia to Vietnam, and of course in Europe, Germany, Greece, France, Netherlands. Let's go into Africa. $167 million. Remember, $2 million is 1.2 billion. $2 million. If this state exports sesame seed, it can generate all it needs to sustain the state. Let's go to soybeans. Soybeans is always amusing to me. Soybeans is one thing we've not taken serious as export as a nation. But you know what I discovered? $55.2 billion. $55.2 billion. All that Nigeria export, from cocoa to cashew to ginger to gum arabic to sesame seed, when you add the total market size together, it's not up to 55 billion. It's about 20-something billion. Soybeans alone, $55 billion. Do you know how many $1 trillion that is? $1 trillion that is. So from China to Japan to Thailand to Iran, remember, about 60% of traded soybeans in the world is imported by this country, China. China alone controls 60% of this market in terms of demand. How much are we buying in Africa? 1.73, shared among 3 countries: Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria. Major importer of soybeans in Africa. Having looked at this potential, it's now time for us to look at the proposal we have for the government of Adamawa State. soya beans actually is going to be one of the biofuel that will replace crude oil. There are research ongoing on how you can generate some of the polymers used to produce gum, tire, nylon. There are research technology now to use soya beans as the raw material for those products, from adhesive to gum to different rubber products from soya beans. And US is leading in that research. So US actually is doing a lot here. Most of the soya beans export is coming from the US to China, and a number of them also from South America. And I explained the reason for the huge demand for this product. So here is my recommendation to Adamawa State. If you look at the value chain of a typical agric business, you have the production, you have the harvesting and transport, primary processing and storage, secondary processing and packaging, marketing and sale, logistics and export, plus distribution. For now, in many states of the country, we have SME operating in all these chains. If the state want to grow the value chain and create jobs, we need to change that model. Currently, the value chain of most agri-commodities are inefficient. We have inefficient value chain operator, low processing capacity and low output, few job creation, low quality and packaging, high cost of production, and non-competitive products in the market. Now, look at my recommendation. We need a large corporate to take up two critical areas in the value chain. Let SME continue with the production, empower them, expand them, harvesting and transport. But you see the primary processing and storage, the secondary processing and packaging, that should be in the hand of a large corporate who is not going to be the one to export, but is going to manage a shared facility. He's going to manage a shared facility. He's going to manage a shared facility. This shared facility is going to allow SMEs to bring in their raw materials. And by the time they come back, they are taking finished product, processed and packaged. Finished product, processed and packaged. Finished product, processed and packaged. Do you know what this will do? It's going to expand the SME space significantly, because the SME now are going to be involved in marketing and sell abroad to different markets. They won't need to worry about processing and packaging and NAFDAC, because the factory already have all the certification and they can sell to all the markets. This will help us to have efficient value chain operator, high processing capacity and high output, good quality and packaging, low processing product, low cost of production, competitive advantage of the product is very high, increase job creation, decrease inequality, but more importantly, decrease insecurity. Because when you create job, you reduce inequality and consequently insecurity. You reduce inequality because you create job and consequently insecurity. In order to support exporters in your state in Adamawa to enter the export market in Africa, Europe, and America in a secure and sustainable way, the Nigerian states, like Adamawa State, can, number one, partner with representative at destination, because you need to help. The cost of marketing is high. Support the SME with the market. Set up warehouses for pickup set up warehouses for pickup by wholesaler and retailer in the export market. Set up entities, agent and distributor who will support your SMEs in the export market. Partner with independent agent and distributor at the destination market. Organize and sponsor your manufacturer for exhibition in the export market. Before I close, let's look at the profit. Now, I want you to look at this chart on the screen. Please, look at this chart on the screen. This chart is demonstrating something very important. It's demonstrating how the state can make money from sugarcane, one of the products produced in the state. Look at it very closely. This state, if it decides to use 10% of the arable land to cultivate, 10%, that would be 141,000 hectares of land to cultivate sugarcane. Agronomists told us yield per hectare is about 20 metric tons. That's about 2.8 million tons. Sugarcane FOB price is $518 per metric ton. Now, we also got from agronomists that an hectare can be cultivated at 310,000 naira, with cost of farming for this number of hectares of land being 43.9 billion. Now, the state does not have to give the farmer this money. No. The state simply do one thing: give farmer guarantee to buy off them. The state partner with a private entity who will coordinate this process and do the marketing and export. The state provide the guarantee to get the farmer to produce and buy off the farmers. If you convert the $1.7 billion to sell the 3.8 million ton of sugarcane to Naira at 415 is $609 billion. This state budget for 2022, it wants 64 billion. The IGR is 8.3 billion. This state can fund all its budget, because at the end of the day, the cost of exports is about 85 billion plus cost of farming 150 billion. The total sales 609 billion minus 150 billion. This state can make $466 billion, and it can pay maybe 10-15% for the private entity that supported this initiative. I'm not saying anything new. This is exactly what federal government do with crude oil, Shell, Chevron, do the processing, exploration, and out of what they produce, the state government have some that is sell to generate income. That's exactly what we're saying here. We're basically saying that the state government can export and generate income. Nigerian state government can export and generate income. Look at how it works. The state partner with a special purpose vehicle in agreed ratio. The state provide fund, while the special purpose vehicle provide expertise. That's the private entity. They have to form farmers into cooperatives across the state. The SPV issue purchase order to farmers. Issue purchase orders to farmers in the state. The SPV issue purchase orders to farmers in the state. Now, issue purchase orders to farmers in the state. SPV provide training, input, and support to farmers. SPV provide collection centers for harvest. Collection centers for harvest. Yes, we clean and process the product for export. Yes, we source for buyers and do documentations. And the SPV present document to buyers for payment. Prevent documents to buyers for payment. The SPV pay the farmers, share the balance with the state, and the state use its share for development of the state. Use its share for development of the state. A very simple process that can be used by state government to generate income. Look at what this will do for the state government in Nigeria. The impact of the suggested model for state government goes beyond generation. Goes beyond generation of revenue. It has humongous impact on employment generation and increased economic activity in the state. This, in my opinion, is a more effective and efficient enduring model for diversify the economy of the state. This model can also be replicated by federal government at federal level, especially for exploitation of solid minerals. So today we have looked at Adamawa State. Adamawa State is one of the states that are said to be non-viable because what this state needs in a year, the state cannot provide it. Why? The state depends so much on federal allocation, up to 80%. That's totally unacceptable. All right, thank you very much. As I conclude, I would like to say more diversified the economy. If you want to create more trade in Africa, if you want to grow our GDP, create employment in Nigeria and the state, generate boost our foreign reserve, and also increase wealth and reduce poverty, export is the way to go. Thank you very much. See you next week, and bye for now.